Hello, everyone. Let's start year 2, shall we? So today is the official anniversary of my daily video content, and if you've stuck around, thank you guys so much. The last year has been incredibly rewarding and incredibly successful, I'll be honest with you. Subscriber count's gone way up, all my numbers are way up, and that's thanks to you guys tuning in, hitting like, hitting subscribe, and doing everything you guys do. I am nothing without you. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for letting this experiment work. And yeah, I'm going to keep at it because I got no reason to stop. So let's start off our news roundup. So we have a bunch of new stuff for Earthspark. We have an official launch date. We're actually going to get to see it streaming November 11th. So pretty much 2 months to go before we can actually see this series. I still don't know if it is doing episodic, like once a week upload, or if we're going to have the binge model. I feel like less and less streaming sites are doing the binge thing. I know Netflix specifically is getting away from binge releases where like it's the entire season all at once. So it wouldn't surprise me if like Paramount just kind of dripped this out. I don't have Paramount Plus. I will have to get it just for this show, which is annoying. But I've spent more on Transformers. This is true. So, yeah, super cool poster. Beyond that, we also got a new teaser trailer with a whole bunch of new images, some focus more on the human side of things. My takeaway is this screen cap where we get to see the robot mode of Skull Cruncher. Yep. Put some respect on my favorite headmaster. He's in the cartoon. But I don't just point it out because I'm a sucker for my favorite. I point it out because look at his chest. He's got this really weird faction symbol on his chest. It's nothing Decepticon about it. You've got the left half, which is just like an open circle with spikes at the top and bottom, and the right half almost looks octopus. Like, it's weird. So like immediately my head goes like, is he a Quintesson thing? Is that a thing in this series? Because like this show is playing around, and like the mystery that I'm kind of like that's pulling me in here is the fact that we've got these different faction symbols. If I go back hang on. If I go back to this shot, you can see the different symbols on Optimus's shoulders. Let's see if I got a close-up here. I don't think I've got a close-up in these. But it's a symbol that Optimus and Elita 1 have, and it's a symbol that Megatron has. Whereas, like, the standard Decepticons and Bumblebee use the normal Autobot and Decepticon logo. So I'm, like, really curious what is going on here faction-wise. There is something up that is not being explained yet, and I'm super curious about it. Yeah, so this series continues to pique my interest. We also got a few standard character renders just so we can kind of see what the characters look like compared to their original G1 models. I have no idea where they got this DeviantArt looking Bumblebee at the bottom, but it's with his round pants. But it is at least giving you like some example, just like how different and how similar they are at the same time. Elita 1, yeah, Elita 1 looks fine. She's got her head. She has her head. Stunning commentary. I know. Can you tell I've been doing this a year? Optimus Prime, of course. And then Megatron. Screen cap taken from the original intro. All of the screen caps at the bottom look like really weird redraws. And they don't look right. Like, I can't quite, like, place down where this Optimus Prime shot comes from. Where he's next to, like, Dinobot mode Grimlock on Cybertron. Like, I can't pin... In my head, I can't pin down where that came from. So, imagined screenshots out of the way. Here, you can see that weird emblem. It's actually kind of sinister looking. So, like, I'm, like, seriously confused what's going on in this show. So, keeping an eye out. I hope to get an explanation, if only for my own curiosity. All right, and speaking of cartoon, if you want some like genuine screenshots from the show, and I don't mean digital, I mean the real thing. Heritage Auctions has a few Cels up from the original G1 cartoon, which is extremely impressive considering like this cartoon is almost 40 years old now. Any surviving material from it like this is incredible. So the fact that like you can literally own a piece of the original cartoon is kind of astonishing. As of this video, I think there's like a week left in the auctions or so, and they are like between like $300 and $500 each. So like it seems expensive for one picture, but like when you're talking about a one-of-a-kind piece of Transformer history each one, that's a pretty big deal. Like that's pretty amazing. So yeah, yeah, you know, if you want like the ultimate collectible, if you want the like genuine one-of-a-kind thing that no one else is gonna have, you've got some options available to you right now. I think the Starscream is the one to get, don't you? Like all the others are just kind of like some weird compositions. Yeah, but yeah, it's super cool. It is super cool. All right, let's look at some of the new toys that have been revealed or talked about here in the last week, and we're going to start with the Legacy Dead End, who has another one of those lovely behind-the-scenes posts over on Instagram. Nothing in particular like super special about this one, outside of seeing the original concept drawings for him that had something more akin to his original G1 transformation, where the hood section of the car flipped onto his back rather than double hinging backwards like it does now. They opted for the double hinge because it collapses against his back a little bit cleaner. At no point do they address how his feet came out so weird. So that is still like the weird. That's still like the thing I think everyone points at this toy is like, man, his feet are like really odd, aren't they? Yes, they are. But he does look really, really good next to his fellow Stunticons. Looks really good in vehicle mode. They were very proud to point out that they toned down the usual silver for this release. So he has more of that darker, kind of like ominous look to him. So a little bit more in the gunmetal category. Yeah. The toy aside, feet aside, still looks really good. I'm still looking forward to him. And yeah, like they made sure to point out that those feet look weird, but they still fully function. It looks like it's the top side of the car, so it's not like those feet are like non-existent. Like there's a lot of flat surface underneath those. So like he probably has plenty of like horizontal base to him. I can imagine he's fine standing up. It just looks odd. It looks like he has no feet. And yeah, he's the other one who does the split gimmick. So you'll actually be able to have an upper half of Menasor complete once this guy comes out. I'm hoping he's out by the end of the year, the way that, they say this is like spring 2023 or something, but that's like saturation date. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this guy in like November. All right, so Dead End out of the way. Let's look at something that was coming up out of nowhere. So this is where, again, the kid lines kind of surprise you because no one, no like early reviewer is paying attention to them. No one is like doing like, oh, like this just came off the factory line. Let's send this out for a little bit of clout. No. And so a licensed RC figure for Rescue Bots Academy coming pretty late considering the show and the toy line's completely done now. But we have Bumblebee here, and as far as RC toys go, it's actually not bad. It has like walking function and rolling function. It spins, so like the arms are moving as well. So he's got a lot going. Like he actually does quite a bit. And then there's this Optimus Prime who looks horrified. I don't know. So I don't watch Rescue Bots or Rescue Bots Academy. This is why the Burns family did not make my like human list in my recent tier video. I'm just not familiar enough with them. So I don't know if Optimus Prime's head is supposed to look like a melting accident. I don't know if he's supposed to look like he's stretched out. I don't know where his forehead went. Like I can see the drawing at the bottom. I can see the drawing here at the bottom. He's got more of a head on him than this guy does. Like there's no cranium. Like his eyes and his head just stops. At least this one looks like he's in a helmet. It's just super weird. It's a super weird, like uncanny valley weird sculpt. Like not like uncanny valley. That's the wrong term. It just looks super weird. Let's just go with that. It looks super weird. So for you Rescue Bot collectors, super late to the game, but these are going to be around eventually. All right. Masterpiece time. So we got a full official reveal for Masterpiece Bumblebee Nemesis Prime. You know, your favorite character from the Bumblebee movie. This is just an excuse to repaint another Optimus Prime toy. Yeah, for $168, he looks fine. I don't remember hearing much about how this toy turned out. He looks fine. I assume he's as fine as any modern Masterpiece, which I guess doesn't say a whole lot. They've been hit and miss. But yeah, if you're looking for more Nemesis, we have another one. It doesn't look bad. Like for what he transforms into, it looks super clean, really. And I like this little touch where, like, when he's opening up the Matrix, his Decepticon logos are pointed forward. That's actually kind of a small, neat detail. I still wish there was some, like, I feel like at this point, the Decepticons need some kind of Matrix of their own, just so we're not repainting, like, the standard Matrix every single time we do a Nemesis, right? Like, it doesn't feel like we need something of its own at this point. Oh, well. But, yeah. For $168, one more Black Optimus can be yours. And, yeah, if you like it, you like it. I think it's a little pointless, but that's just me. How about something else, Masterpiece? So, we have a new train bot. It has its official promo images released, Sweet Ken. There's really nothing about the Masterpiece trains that I can't say anymore. Like, I've said it all. Like, I've criticized Takara Tomy for not showing you the final product that you're paying for when they're asking you to invest over $1,000 and just trust us. It's going to look great and it's going to work. I can't trust that. With Masterpieces hit and miss lately, I can't trust that. You know, you got to show it to me before I dump any money into this. And then, yeah, it has the standard stuff, like, it's the standard engineering from the Masterpiece movie bots that I've kind of come to expect. A lot of panels, a big chunk of the train on his back. Like, I mean, some of that's unavoidable, some of that's accurate. But it's still just, like, not quite hitting me. I like the colors on this one better. There's just something about me that likes green and orange for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's one where, like, if I were only getting one, this would probably be it. But it still doesn't terribly interest me. And they have teased the last two, so they are at very least at the prototype stage. So all the engineering is done. However, this is actually all going to match together and work. It's final. Like, it's done. There's no more working on it. All right, so hope for the best. We got 2 more to go before we see a finished Raiden. Fingers crossed it's all worth it. Fingers crossed it's everything that collectors wanted it to be. We also have a interesting prototype drop for Masterpiece movie Blackout. See, when I did my Beast Wars characters as vehicles, when I did that video and I make my case once again that Waspinator should always be a helicopter and I will die on that hill, the universe looked down upon TJOmega, patted me gently on the head and said, "I got you, fam," and dropped this, which just randomly proves my point. Here's a Blackout helicopter mode and all in Waspinator colors. This is quite brilliant. Also, Masterpiece Tap Out. Really weird for them to announce that this way, but here it is. Yeah, so once again, Waspinator should be a helicopter, and this proves it. So yeah, it's also a fun way of seeing just like what plastics go where, how much parts and how many molds went into this toy. And also, wow, we still do not have any announcement on Masterpiece Cliffjumper. Like, is it weird? Like, how long have we known about that toy? Now we're finding prototype leaks of it, and we still have no official confirmation on it. It's so weird. It's so weird. But yeah, I just thought the timing was great. I thought the timing was great. It's just like, here's your point proven. All right. So last little bit, and we've talked about this before, but I want to get it in an official news roundup, and now we have a little bit more information to go on. So before, we were just talking about Super 7's reaction line doing a prototype-style Unicron, the first toy ever based on Unicron's original toy design rather than how he looked in the movie. which I still suspect has something to do with how smaller the part count is, since they don't have to deal with the wings. But nevertheless, for whatever reason they chose that design, it does mean we have a very unique figure that a lot of people who normally wouldn't care about reaction figures, me included, are probably going to pick up. Weird. But now we have like an official listing for like the Wave 6 that is going to include Unicron. And it also includes the other new ones on this list, which is the Sharkticon, Ultra Magnus, Cyclonus, the Quintesson, and Rekdar. So we're going very 86 movie with this current wave. They all look good. Don't get me wrong. Like Super 7 stuff, like this stuff looks good. It's the pricing, and the pricing on these is like the official price listed on these listings is $20 each. And that's for the normal size ones. Unicron is going to be like $25 or $30. These are 3 3/4 inch figures. They consist of like 6 pieces at best. It's really, really weird. I still do not know how they justify how expensive these things are. And it's super frustrating because otherwise, like, at $10 a pop, I'd collect them all just because they're really nice, like, screen accurate, like, animation model figures. You know, that would be, like, small in size and easy to collect. But it's that price that is so ridiculous. It just keeps me from ever getting anything beyond, like I own one. I own my boy Blitzwing, and I only own it because I got it on sale. That is literally it. Outside of that, like, I could not care about these. But I'm probably going to get the Unicron. Everyone's going to get the Unicron just because of what it is. So, clever marketing on Reaction's part, I guess. So, that is going to be your news roundup for the week. A little bit light. We didn't have, like, any major, like, here's a whole new wave of toys. Like, here's a big batch of news. But enough interesting stuff that we needed to kind of discuss it. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you again for sticking with me and making this last year a very, very, very special one for me. And hopefully, we are here on September 12th next year celebrating 2 straight years of videos. Come along with me. I ain't done yet. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.